most people are here. Let's get on with it. Hi, Harola. I'm going to put in here a bunch of links. I want you all to click on those links and bookmark them because they will help you in the future. First thing is this class email. Let me get it. There's the class email. Thank you, Tasmanique. I appreciate it. If you need to contact any of the teachers, that's the way to do it. In your subject line, make sure you put which teacher you're contacting, okay? The next one that I'm going to give you is our YouTube channel. We have a ton of videos up there that will help you along the way, just in case you can't get a hold of somebody right away. So make sure you click on that and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. It'll let you know when we go live. It'll also let you know when we put up new content. Now, new content will not only be the classes, but we will also be adding in new content on techniques. Please don't mind my fur balls. They bark at everything. Tree leaves, neighbors, grass, cars. They bark. But they're my babies. As most of you know, those are my children. This next one is the class website. This is another one that's important. Now, the class website is going through some changes right now, and you'll see information disappear. It's not gone forever. The old files we are going to archive and get a better system so that you can locate the older patterns and techniques for your own personal use. All right? So make sure. Okay. Okay, Nanetta, that's fine. Make sure you bookmark that page. It is very important to you as you go along your tatting journey. Okay, now, this next one is the direct link to this class's website. Our page on the website, excuse me. So, you can bookmark that. The next thing you're going to bookmark is our tatting class homework site. When the teachers issue homework, this is where it will be at, okay? They will send it in for you. You have to send it to your teacher. They review, give you comment and feedback on how the progression is and where you may need more work. Then it will be posted on the homework site. There is things on the homework site that we have to have, information, and it's to be in compliance with all the countries around the world. So, given that, what we need is your full name. A name you would like your homework posted under. A contact email, whereas we can contact you. Okay, we do not sell your email or give it away or donate it, okay? So you will not get spam mail issued from us, that's for sure. You get an email from us, it's from us, all right? And you need to list what country you're in. The designer of the pattern, if you're working on a pattern, you need that designer's name and the particular pattern you're using. And then the homework staff, which right now is Melanie, later will be us, because in the future we're going to house the homework on our homepage instead of a different address. So that's something fantastic to be looking forward to. Okay? So the next thing I'm going to share with you is we have our own Facebook group. If you are a member of the class and you would like to join our Facebook group, you can click here and Angie will get you signed in to our Facebook group. There's a lot of information on the Facebook group. People share things on Facebook group, and they help you when you have a problem. We have a lot of members, and it's building every day. And some of these members are well-known tatters. So be sure to sign up with our Facebook group. As you can see, we make sure that you get the information you need. Okay? The last thing I'm going to share. This is the world clock. If you're ever in doubt and you're somewhere else, what time class is, you can go there and look up where you're at and it'll tell you what the current time is. Our classes are set up on Eastern Standard Time, or as some people call it, New York time. Either way is fine. And that's what you need to look for. It's New York. What time is it where I'm at? And the world clock will do that for you. So, without any further ado, let's get into what we're going to learn this year. Right now, I'm not going to do any down shots or show you any techniques. I am waiting on a computer to get here, so we're down to one camera and one mic because the other side of my computer, the ports are all out. So, if you can't hear me, no, it's not you, it's me. So, I'm doing the best I can. I did not want to cancel this class today because I feel it's important to you. So, tools you'll need for my class. I will send out with each class project the tools you need for that specific project. But for this first 6 weeks, we are going to drive some techniques. Reason being, you're going to need to know these techniques for the next 6 weeks. It's a surprise. But every one of you are going to love what we're doing next 6 weeks. Now, you're going to need shuttles. Lots of them. You're going to need thread. Lots of it. You're going to need scissors. You're going to need a Picot gauge. A Picot gauge in advanced tatting is something that should be at hand. If you are going to be submitting your work for competition, don't think for a second they don't measure your picots, because they do. They have to be uniform. Okay? Your stitches have to be uniform as well. But those picots can get points deducted off of you getting a blue ribbon. And those blue ribbons at some of your craft fairs carry a hefty paycheck behind them. So that is something you want to do. Enthusiasm. You got to have enthusiasm. If you don't have enthusiasm for tatting, why are you doing it? So be enthused in your work. You need a willingness to learn and an adventure-ready heart. And you're set for these classes. So, what kind of things are we going to learn? Oh, I'm an advanced teacher. I'm going to teach you how to do cloonies. Yeah, the little tallies, they call them tallies. But what it is, it's a little leaf. I'm going to teach you how to do hanging cloonies. I'm going to teach you how to do a Catherine Whittle join, and I'm going to show you how to use it, when to use it. I will show you and explain many different techniques and explain why they are used. Some techniques, you can use them or not, but it's all in the outcome of what you're working on which technique you use. There are some techniques that have 20 different names. I will explain why those names came about. It depends on who came up with the technique, and it just happens to be the same thing. Okay? All that information is coming your way. The intermediate and the advanced classes tend to work together and they overlap each other, because there's techniques in intermediate classes that you're going to use in the advanced class. And guess what? Techniques you learn in beginner, you will use in advanced. So you get brush up courses along with new stuff to show you how and when to use it. We do not have a design class anymore. Kay has decided to move on and further her career in other avenues. We wish her all the best. But right now I am looking for a new design teacher for the classes. But I want the right fit. So I've got a list of names I'm looking at. And once I find that specific design teacher, we're going to have a design class. So we're going to take you, hi Phyllis, we're going to take you from very beginner to I just got a shuttle or a needle and I want to learn how to tag, all the way to design or teacher. We will make one or the other out of you. We will use tools that we have around the house to create with. So you will find tatting is versatile, it's fulfilling, and it meets that happy point in mixed media. Anything you can do in your craft world can include tatting. So we're going to show you exactly how you can make tatting a fun time, a creative time, and an inspirational time. And that's what the advanced classes is all about. Now, is there any questions on what we're going to learn in the future? That's right, Joy. Everybody has trouble when it comes to the advanced stuff. And the bottom line is, Joy, tatting is very easy to do. You just have to focus, but once you learn it, you're going to know it. And I'll tell you something that I did back when I was learning to tat. I made a doily. Okay, and now mind you, that doily's got a ton of mistakes. I'm ashamed to even show it. Okay, but I took each round as a learning experience. Everything I learned in tatting is on its own round. Yeah, Arlene, I do have several things, but I am going to spoil y'all's surprise a little bit. What would y'all think of the second 6 weeks of learning how to do true Ankars tatting and incorporating that in your everyday tatting, not just jewelry anymore? What do you guys think of that? What about three-dimensional tatting? No, Joy, there is no specific type of Picot gauge, just as long as your increments are even. The best Picot gauge you can get on the market is the one from Handy Hands, the one that has the step, because you can use that Picot gauge for bare thread space as well as picots. It's dual purpose, and I will show you exactly how to use it for both purposes. Oh, Phyllis, you're interested in the Ankars or what? What do you guys want to learn? Because whatever you want to learn, we're going to teach it. But when you leave these classes, know that you're going to know a lot more than you ever thought was possible. You know, there's people that have taken tatting and made beautiful, what looks to be paintings on the wall. And it's all tatting. And there is a book out, Artistry in Tatting, that explains how that is done. If you're interested in that avenue, I advise you to get that book. Bobble tatting. You're not talking bobbin tatting. You're talking baubles that hang, Arlene. Yeah, Janella, I'm going to show you. I'm not only going to show you how to do a Clooney, but I'm also going to show you how to make a Clooney loom out of things you have around the house, so you don't get the Clooney loom hand problem. Bracelets, yes. Yes, I can make 3D tatting easy for you. Yeah, baubles are fun because you have so many uses. Like, everybody has ceiling fans, okay? A tatted bauble hanging off the end of your little pull cords, okay, are fantastic because everybody comes in, that's what they see. 3D baubles and bubbles. Oh, okay. I like that, Arlene. We'll do it. But it takes time. But I will schedule it out because I will not move on to a new technique until everybody understands the existing technique. Because all that's going to do is confuse you. If we throw 15 techniques at you, especially in the advanced stage, you're not going to get the basics of it. It's going to overload your mind. And we don't want to do that. We want you to take it at your pace. Know that we have free one-on-one classes with you if you feel like you're falling behind. All you need to do is contact us through the email, schedule it up, and you have a teacher waiting for you. Oh, that is nice, Tasmanique. Nanetta, I may get a hold of you to teach that amigurumi. I can't even say that word. How do you spell it? But yeah, I may call on you to teach some of that. Oh, by the way, we'll be also having guest teachers along the way later on in this year's classes. So yeah, look for that. And you never know what country they're from. Now, banal tatting, however Nina says it. I'm sorry, Nina. I know I mutilated the name. I don't do that, okay? The reason is I like it. It's beautiful. I love Nina's work. But all them beads, I cannot manage on a shuttle. So, yeah, I'm going to see if Nina will do a special class for us. How does that sound? So, yeah, we can go places where no other tatting group has gone with these live feeds. Know that. And we're opening up the field into so many different facets. So, the future of these classes, nobody knows where they're going to go. But we know one thing. The tatting's a long way from dying as long as these classes exist. So, any more questions? Anything else y'all would like to learn? Just let me know. Have I shocked y'all? My nose is itching. Somebody's coming to see me. I hope not. The house is a wreck. Trust me, it's a wreck. We're weeding out everything. So, Another thing I want to focus on is getting y'all ready if you want to take your master's. Thanks, Linda. I'll get a hold of her and see. I'm going to kiss a fool. Oh, I better tell Dennis, look out. uh, anyone interested in taking the master's exam, I will be teaching the techniques in this class that will help you pass your master's exam. I will not share any of the information from the master's because it's not mine. I don't own any rights to it. But I think in order for you to pass the exam, you do need to know these techniques. So yes, we will tap on those. And I'll let you know if they're in the masters or not. I ain't going to tell you where. It's up to you to take the test. No, Janella, we're not going to have any homework this week. The reason for that is I really can't show you anything on this one camera. So you can see my mess. Okay, I've had to move back into the cramped space because the living room is full of furniture right now. Intermediate and advanced techniques run side by side. Intermediate starts the low end of advanced. It's like beginner into intermediate. And then the advanced classes takes it one step further. It's like we can take one technique, and because it's so many facets to that one technique, it lends towards the advanced class. And the advanced class is preparing you to become a teacher or a designer. It is your choice. If you're doing this just for your own satisfaction, you'll want to learn these techniques so that you can create heirlooms. Okay? Put your work in a craft fair, at the state fairs, competitions, things like that. It's to further your knowledge. These techniques sort of kind of just fall all over each other because one pattern, you will have beginner, intermediate, and advanced techniques in it. Jan's patterns are a prime example of that. And many people do not know how to tat Jan's patterns. They do not know Jan's technique. But I studied Jan's technique, and I can explain his technique so you don't have to guess which numbers on his patterns do you tat up. Okay? Because he has his own specific technique, because he does strictly front-side tatting. And front side tatting, everything's tatted from the front side of the work. You never reverse your work. It's all done on the front. Yet it looks like it's front side, back side. But it's a trick to his technique. Okay, let's see. Joy, you asked what size thread to use. My advice, if you're just starting out, okay, Phyllis, that's fine. Just catch us next week, the next week after. Have fun at Disney. The thread you use for tatting is what you want to use. Okay, what fits your hand and what you're able to work with. I've seen tatters work with sewing thread. Okay, folks, that's not my forte. Okay, I have worked with threads that small, and trust me, 3 bifocals later, I still could not see where to join. So yeah, anybody uses really super small thread, I praise you. I praise you, because I can't do that. And it's because with age, things have to be bigger. Let's get real. Because our sight goes, our hearing goes, everything goes. That's just getting older. But we just grin and bear it and move on. But at least tatting offers the versatility in many different size threads. So there you go. Yeah, we can do visual patterns and explain how to work with those visual patterns. You're talking diagram patterns. any color of thread you want to use. The colors I use will pick up on camera. They may not look great together. Don't worry about the colors I use. Worry about your colors which you can work with. The colors I use is strictly so you can see what I'm doing. The colors you use, you want to keep it for yourself. So you don't want to use the two ugly colors I put together that don't match. Okay, that's like putting plaids and stripes together. It just don't look pretty. Okay, so pick your color of thread because the piece you want to hold on to. You're here, Joy. You got thread, you got shuttle, you got scissors, got Picot Gauge, you got everything required. Like I said, when I teach anything like making your own Clooney box loom out of household products that everybody's got on hand, okay, you should have it in your house, but I will send you a supplies list. Okay, they're really easy to make and they're really neat to work with. My problem is I was in a bad car wreck. I can't hold my hands in that Clooney loom shape to do Cloonies for very long at all. Okay, so I made a box loom out of a box, a cardboard box. I've had that loom 13 years. And then Georgia gave me one of her wooden looms. And that was about, I want to say 9 years ago. You know that box loom that I made is still working. Don't ask me how. But I made it out of a cardboard box. So, yeah. Okay, Jan's got 2 books out. And Corinne, I believe if you're going to invest in Jan's book, get them both as a set. Because once they're gone, they're gone. He has been gone for several years now, and the stock is running low. So they're going to run into, yeah, I want $500 for this book. Because the patterns in them are just lovely. I mean, I just drool over his work. And I don't know of any tatter that doesn't drool over Jan's work. Hi, Bev. Nice to see you again. By the way, folks, Bev went to Tat Days, and she met me, and she said that the only reason she came to Tat Days was to meet me, and I felt so honored. But just remember, guys, I get up just like y'all do, and I go to bed just like y'all do. I'm just a person. Okay? But I love each and every one of you as tatters. I do. You all have potential to be more than you ever thought. Know that. And I mean, where else can you go to get free lessons? Nowhere. So spread that word around. Let people know. Yeah, this is free classes. Come on. Okay? But, yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing. This is going to be a very short class, I do believe. So the reason being is I'm not set up. My computer was supposed to be here 2 days ago. It is still in Philadelphia. And that's expedited shipping. I think I could have rode up there faster. Oh, I love meeting you too, Bev. The Handy Hands has Jan's books. What is in stock? That's okay, Arlene. We all get interrupted by phone call. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that. But I don't have magic hands. Remember, these hands only know what Georgia taught them. None of this was taught to myself. This was all Georgia. So the information you're getting from me has been passed on to me from her. And like I said in the interview, she is the queen of tatting, and that is a fact. Georgia knows more in this much of her brain than my whole brain knows. I will never know how much or any part of her knowledge that she's got. At this point, you know, I mean, she's got 52 years. Can you believe it? Been tatting 52 years? I won't even live long enough to be tatting 52 years. It's Jan Stallwaz, and it's Tatting Theories and Patterns is his first book. Angie, do me a favor. Go to Handy Hands, get a link to the Jan books, and post them in the class. You know, y'all are the best. Thank you, Corinne. I know. I was tickled to death to see Georgia. I hadn't seen her since 2019. Thank you, Teresa. So, hopefully if she's there at Tat Days next year, we can get more in depth. It was sort of a last minute thing, the interview, but maybe we can do a more one-on-one type thing with her for next year. I think it's fantastic to let the students know who is behind all of this. Georgia started these classes in a chat room years ago, 1999. I mean, that is a long time. Oh, thank you, Tasmanique. Yeah, she is a blessing to the tatting community. Don't think she's not. And she's the most humble person you will ever meet. Sweet as the day is long, but oh so humble. And I think that's what attracted me to her. When I first started trying to learn how to tat, I inherited my great aunt's tatting shuttles, okay? And they were the boy metal shuttles, and I think there was also one of the other brands, Just Right. And I had these two metal shuttles, and I go looking on the internet. What are these for? My mom gave them to me. She said, you're more of a lace maker than I am. And I'm like, okay. And she hands me these shuttles, and I'm looking at them going, and how do I do this? And she said, well, you got that computer, look it up. Well, back then, all I could get was Challenger information. And I'm looking at my shuttles and I'm going, there's no way I'm getting on that and going to outer space. So I just kept researching. And I found in my small town that I lived in, there was a lady that taught up at the light company how to tat. And I thought, great. And she charged $150 for her class, one class. And I was willing to pay that just to learn. Because my great aunt, she made all of my dresses. And they all were just billowing in lace. I have loved lace since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, okay? So I call her up and I said, I'd like to join your tatting class. And she says, can you make a double stitch? And I said, what is that? She says, you're not qualified to take my classes. And it disheartened me. So I put the shuttles to the side and I started doing my research on the internet, looking for someone I was willing to pay. I was willing to do cartwheels down the street, okay? Anything, just to learn to tat. Because I remember the beautiful lace that my great aunt used to make. And I got a hold of a lady that had an online class. And for $89, she would teach me to do the double stitch and a join, and that was it. And I thought, no, there's more to it, because I could see the detail of the lace that my aunt had made for me. And I was like, no, there's got to be more to that. And then all of a sudden, I ran across Georgia's site. The hardest part for me was that flip. And do you know Georgia took 2 hours of her personal time to teach me the flip and never questioned it. And that changed my life. And at that point in my life, I needed that. I needed to feel that I had a place in the world, because that was shortly after I was in therapy and stuff from the car wreck. And they told me I couldn't do this, this, and this, and this again. And I thought, man, I'm going to sit here like a bump on a log. And when I got the shuttles, it was like they were a lifesaver to me, because it only took 2 hands. And I felt like sitting in a chair braced from here down. 2 hands was all I had. So yeah, that is where this whole thing started. Little did I know, Georgia was teaching me patience and perseverance. Okay? She was teaching me a lot. And she was molding me into the tatter I am today. So yeah, I owe her everything. Everything. Yeah, I have been flipping ever since. Yes, that's right, Eve. Yeah, I agree. So, now you know my history, and I've been tatting now almost 13 years. And that's just baby steps. That's baby steps when you talk about Georgia. It's like when we was there at Tat Days, I told her, I said, I thought I had the big toe almost filled up. Found out it was just the little toe. And it ain't even close. So, yeah, we had a good laugh. No, we're not going to make any cardinals. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to issue those cardinals as soon as I find that pattern again. That'll be homework. And I'm going to make you all do 150 of them, because I did them for Georgia. But it taught me patience. That's the one thing that I'll never forget, was the patience and the fact that you have to slow down to absorb the information. Okay? So, yeah, keep it up, ladies. I'll be giving you some cardinals. I'm evil like that. But is there any other questions? That is awesome, Linda. That is awesome. I'd love to see some of your work. If you could send it into the class, I'd love to see it. If you'd like it displayed on the homework site, we can see to it there. Ask Anitra. She did the cardinals with Anitra too. Did she do that to Anitra? Oh my gosh. Tell Anitra I'm sorry. Well, the last cardinal, she said she couldn't tell that it was a cardinal when she got it. I said it was the one that went through the shredder. So yeah, when she wants to teach you something, she knows how to teach you something. And you don't even know you're being taught. That's the funny thing. She has a knack. So, anything else, ladies? They're not my classes, Tasmanique. And the YouTube channels, that was a compilation with Georgia. Yeah, we can do a Zoom chat. I can set that up. Maybe we'll do that one day. She does. That's awesome, Arlene. Well, just know, we're always there. Aside from weekends and holidays, we do take some time off to spend time with our family, whether they like us or not. We just have to make face with them, Stick our tongues out at them every once in a while. But that's family. Hi, Bernice. I didn't even see you come in. You met Georgia as well? What'd you think of the interview with her? Didn't she look good? I got a box, Arlene, and I can open it up. And every once in a while I do, because I'm the world's worst hypocrite against my work. I check myself at least 50 times on tatting. You don't know how much thread finds its way in the waistband just because it didn't look right. And so I have a bucket that I keep my tatting in. And I go through it and I say, it looks better as I go. And that's true. And if you stop tatting for a while, like life gets in your way and you can't tat, before you start tatting, take this advice. If you take no other advice I give you, tat you up a chain about this long. Get your tension back, because that's the first thing you lose is your tension. Yeah, Fringe, I've heard, is really a great convention. I've never had the pleasure of going. And right now, with COVID and stuff, I don't think they'll let us go to Canada yet. I'll be glad when COVID's gone so we can get back to the regular routine of all the conventions. And everybody can have their good times and get with other tatters and just feed off of each other. I mean, the inspiration that comes from those conventions is unreal. It makes you want to go home and make a dolly 9 feet wide, or a shawl or something like that. It just gets you going. It's a booster shot. Y'all cannot give any better advice, Linda and Bernice. All right, ladies. As for tips and tricks, I'm going to give you a couple of tips. Be good to each other. Be kind to each other. And look out for each other. And above all, stay safe. Okay? Stay well and stay healthy. And if you feel a little blue, grab your tatting out. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Just tat something. It'll warm your heart. Now, how's that for some advice? All right, ladies, that's all I got for you today. Next week, we will get started on techniques. I haven't quite decided on which ones I want to torture you with yet. So as soon as I get it all worked out, I will send out an email with a list. Sue will post the information also on the homepage. She is working on it. You got to give her an opportunity. She's run a little bit behind because she was trying to get ready for her class. And Sue tries very hard to stay on top of it, but sometimes it gets overwhelming. But we're bringing in someone to help her with the website, and hopefully we can get that all squared away before you know it. Yes. Thank you, Marion. Arlene, I do too. I find if I tap when I'm a little anxious, it's really, really super tight. So don't make a mistake or you're never getting it out. But as I relax, it gets better and more even. Bye, Laurel. All right, Phyllis, you have a wonderful time. Enjoy your trip. that said, ladies, that's the end of the class. And I will see you all next Wednesday, same time, same channel, same place. Just bring your shuttles and your thread, your Picot gauges, and your scissors, and a willingness to learn. And we're set. So, have a great day. Be safe and happy tatting to all of you. And thank you for coming. Bye-bye.